Hello, thank you very much for joining us. This is Sports on Pulse. There's a lot to look forward to. Even before we get into our main discussion for today, there's breaking news coming in from the camp of Accra Hearts of Oak. Now, Yaw Prekum was asked to actually handle the team in the absence of Sergio Trago, who has been moved back to the U team. He's decided to resign, and we're getting information right now that he's left his post right now at Accra Hearts of Oak. It's just a developing story. It comes at a time when Accra Hearts of Oak were trying to put things together. It wasn't such a good season, considering they were looking to win the Ghana Premier League, and they were not able to do that after a fantastic start under Kenichi Atahashi. We know how the story went on, and then Sergio Trago took over. Didn't work well. The club reassigned him to the U team, and Yaw Prekum was asked to be in charge of the team for the rest of the season. It looked like he was going to be doing the job for Accra Hearts of Oak throughout the preseason, and of course when the season starts. But the news we're having right now is that he has resigned from his post. There'll be more on this in upcoming bulletins. You just have to stick and stay with that. But of course, you have to check it out. Tomorrow is the Joy FM Schools Reunion. It's the biggest, in West Africa, the biggest in Africa, the biggest in the world. Every reason to be there at the Independence Square. I'll be there repping my school, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. You can file that into University of Ghana. Yes, we'll do the two right there. So I know you're also going to be joining us. But because we're doing that, we want to have this discussion here on the show. In line with that, there's been a lot of things that you guys have said about, school sports and all that has actually gone into it. Now, lately it's been very difficult for the teams to come out there looking at the talents that we're able to tap from the various schools. Well, inter-schools used to be something that everybody loved to enjoy, inter-colleges, wherever it was, and we had talent coming through. Lately, all of this has not been happening, and we want to just try and get into this today. I'll be joined on the phone line by a couple of guys who are into this. We'll be hearing from, CEO of Right Multimedia, Yaw Sechi, and then we'll also hear from Sports Director of TI Ahmadiyya, TI Amas in Kumasi. They produce a lot of athletes, but with me in the studio is a former athlete. He did very well at the inter-schools level, did very well, colleges level, did well in the university as well. He's actually supposed to be one who should be running for Ghana now. He'll be telling us his own story, but where all of this is. Kweku Nimaku joins me. Kweku, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you, George.
And he's also a staunch Kumasi Asante Kotoko fan, So first thoughts though, what do you sports? And we're going to talk about, the inter-schools, inter-colleges sports. We want to ask the question whether it's dying or not. I know on the basketball side, you've done a huge job there to ensure it's gone up there. But let's look at the inter-schools, since you're in touch with them. What's your assessment of what you see so far, with how we organize inter-schools and the talents that we get from them?
As I speak with you, I think Zone A of the Greater Accra qualifications, or the inter-schools, what we call inter-core, it's ongoing, and nobody knows about it. I guess that it's as a result of little interest shown by the media. You mentioned the basketball tournament. It's become a household name. The Sprite Ball has become a household name because of the heavy media component. We filmed this, we put it on television. George and your crew, you're always there talking about it. And it's because we give you good content to talk about. We give you compelling content, I should say, to talk about. So in summary, I can tell you that the inter-schools continue to be very exciting amongst the immediate participants, but it's not caught on amongst the public like it used to be. Because, I remember in the early 90s when we used to attend Intercore at the Accra Sports Stadium. Before you get home, your parents or your friends know that Accra Academy won the 100 meters, Presec won this, Presec won that, and it's because there was a heavy media presence. The media showed a lot of interest in it. Why it is not happening like that, I do not know. Maybe they are just not churning out very exciting and compelling content for the media to show a lot of interest, as we have done in the area of basketball.
Now, that's interesting from you, Yaw Sechi, and pointing to the fact that really, because there's been massive media coverage, and of course you're giving compelling stories and compelling content, we're able to even push basketball that maybe was on the back burner for some time.
I agree.
I have here Kweku Nimaku, and I know Yaw will still stick with me on the line. Look, what then has gone wrong? Have we failed to push it out there in the media? Because if basketball has been able to come back from behind to where it is now, we should be doing a better job with athletics and all of that.
Trust me, like Yaw said, I follow basketball more than athletics now. I'm talking about the inter-colleges level. The thing is that we need people to hype athletics from that stage.
That stage, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we are lacking now. There should be much from the GES and then Athletics Association to promote some of these things. I agree with you.
You agree? Yeah, just before you leave me, I'll ask you one question, and this is the question. What's your advice to those handling inter-schools and inter-colleges at this point? What do they need to do more of learning what you have actually started and trying to get this out? Because I think you have done a yeoman's job. It was difficult to get basketball at the front line, really, than to get something that we're already excited about. You made the point about media. I just remembered that the National Science and Maths Quiz has also found its way in getting everybody excited. I had people here at Joy FM, cry so much or are so excited because their team won the National Science and Maths Quiz in the last one. So what's your advice to the GES and those who are in charge of the inter-schools and colleges?
You talk about the science, the maths and science quiz. It was organized by a private company, right?
Yeah.
We need more private participation. We talk about basketball now because we are involved. If we get private companies showing a lot of interest, partnering the Ghana Education Service, picking specific sports. So, for instance, George Addo and Co. are now championing athletics. Nathaniel Atto is doing volleyball. It will regain the excitement because you're able to put it out there. You'll be able to package it well. I'm sorry to say, but the folks at the Ghana Education Service are technical people. Their forte is not organization, packaging, and media works. And that is why the basketball has stand out because we have been heavily involved. Still working closely with the Ghana Education Service because guess what? All the schools are under their umbrella. So I think that the way forward really will be to get more private partnerships who have the connections and the ability to package these products and put it out there for people to follow.
Thank you very much, Yaw Setchi, for joining us. Yaw Setchi is CEO of Right Multimedia. They're doing very well, especially with basketball and everything. And just the final points from you. Yeah. I know it's also been, maybe it hurts you so much that you don't see talents coming out.
Yes, as it stands now, most of the people in the national team are coming from the college system, as in the senior high school. But the point is, they come out and some of them want to continue their education, even in Ghana here. They don't get the access. They should be given special preference. You get it? They should get sponsorship, people to help them in their education. Most of them are now going to the military services, the security services. If you enter those things, you are being restricted from certain things. So I think we should encourage them. We should tap the talent right from there, group them, put them into camps, train them and we'll get the best out of them.
Okay, well, I don't know if you're going to sing your this other anthem. Will I give it a chance?
Okay.
Try and make it short.
Yeah.
Addis
on the hill, the primus comprimis, alma mater of great men.
Okay. I just got the call. I just got the call. They're not too excited with that. Let me just see how the second one will go. Illuminate, illuminate, over the famous
Are you singing?
In dark, you shall see light.
It's like you're speaking a different language.
Boy is joining me. When they hear something is happening,
I just don't like it when they begin.
Illuminate, over the Muslim man. For Christian training, we get a strong, solid foundation.
Anyway, you should give me a little respect because I'm in a college.
In the future of our country. Oh, come along, sing along.
Academy
along and join us. Oh, come along and join us. You can sing. Oh, come along and join us. Happy studios.
Great man of them. Generations of
what's that? Is that national? No.
Black and white acknowledge you.
Oh, come along and join us. Okay, guys.
We shall never leave
Okay, wait. Now this is actually the thing now. I'm the host of the show.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I'm actually the host of the show.
Oh, I'm the host of
He's coming to do sports on Pulse.
And I'm your special guest.
I give the orders as to who moves in or who moves out.
Okay. It's sports time.
Yes.
It's sports time.
Yes.
It's still on the pulse.
Raymond Akwa wants to join. The Presecans are more in the house. All the Presecans
see-
are making
No,
the change and
You
causing
can
change in
bring
Ghana in
10,
the house.
20
I'm
seconds,
enough
but the
of-
truth
He
is
wants to
that
join.
it will forever
I'm
remain
enough
You,
of-
no. Raymond
Accra
Akwa wants to
Academy
join.
in charge.
No.
You won't allow Raymond Akwa to come
And I
and
know
come
the
and say the same.
charging
He see, he's not even coming
contingent
because
will
you
be
know
here.
there is a Santa Claus
it's
support.
very simple.
He sues everything.
Okay,
eh?
so okay. Thank you very much, guys. I mean, at least
Yeah.
I'm the host of Paul's Sports.
Well,
I'll be
see-
handing over to the host of
The
Paul's.
good thing here is this. that
Oh.
what-
You see how guys you
that
are
what we're doing.
proud having me here?
Oh, wow.
Because you have a Santa Claus in your midst.
Every school has its own rights to be proud.
Oh, no,
You
but
see?
Presec is-
being
you see-
proud of where you come from.
One
is
thing.
good.
What you
We are
are
the
today
reigning
is
champions.
one thing.
We are yes.
Simple.
We are the reigning
Addisadel,
champions.
okay, now
Just
let
take it
me.
from us.
Addisadel
Respect us,
reigning
eh?
champions.
Yes.
National Science Mass Quiz.
Yes.
Presec 5-time champions. Brazil legendary status.
Oh.
Accra Academy, they are good in sports.
Yes.
And
You see,
Jama-
you made
Speaker
a very
of
important
Parliament.
point that this year the
look,
science and
the
math quiz was
sportsmen-
Raymond Akwa is joining me.
Miles
was good everywhere.
This is
Simple.
another
listen,
great
every
stand on
corner you
Presec.
find us
Thank you
there.
very
Other
much.
one. Simple.
Raymond,
You see,
was
they
what
need
we
support.
wanted.
Presec, no, you
This
Presec,
is
be here.
another.
Presec, you can be
When
here.
Raymond heard
And we are boarding up for the school's reunion.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bear
yeah,
with us.
yeah.
School's reunion is coming up
Let's allow
tomorrow, so
Raymond
we're
to
just
say something.
boarding up for
Raymond,
it.
final word.
School has been in existence for over 100 years.
Yes.
School.
Your best achievement is
It's
to win
once.
science and maths quiz once.
It's so
No, no,
cool.
no, no,
If you have a child who is 100 years and buys
so
first
cool.
car at age
We actually made it fun.
You made it fun?
Yes, we made it fun. One, because you couldn't even imagine the number of Adisada old students who went there. One.
Oh, come
Two,
along
that was
and
the time
join
to
us.
catch up.
Oh,
That was
come
the time to
along
catch
and
up.
join
People
us.
are just making us, you're not singing.
Studios away.
Sounds like a hymn.
Disco. Hey.
Nobody is responding to this, you're here.
Disco. We
there's a problem with the microphone.
shall never be beaten. We shall always bear.
The good news here is that I'm the host of the show and I'm beating everybody.
Okay.
Accra Academy Bullies, we are here. We've taken over.
Okay.
We'll be back with more
Okay, yeah.
news.
Okay, yeah.
Respect.
All right, so that's it for sports. Okay.